It's basketball action once again coming your way here as Osaka EVESSA hosts Koshigaya ALPHAS. Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome here to the Okini Arena, Maishima. That's our venue. This is the home of Osaka. And right now, they'd like to be able to snap their 2-game losing streak. They've actually lost 3 out of their last 5 games. On the other hand, Koshigaya also on a losing streak. They've lost 3 straight. So one squad will be able to snap out of this losing streak that they're in. That's what you want to do. Get out of the funk as quickly as you possibly can. Pretty good sized crowd here. And you have a smattering of fans for Koshigaya as we take a look at the respective team standings. At 17 and 18 in 5th spot there in the Western Conference, we have Osaka. And in 6th position, Koshigaya at 11 and 24. Both these squads have a lot of catching up to do. So it's Utsunomiya Brex on top of the Eastern Conference, and we have the Ryukyu Golden Kings leading the Western Conference. Actually, if you look at it, it's just a matter of 8 games to get to Ryukyu. On the other side, it's a lot. It's 18 games to be able to get up to the team standings on the conference there for Koshigaya. Right now, let's take a look at the lineup of Osaka. Led, of course, by number 1, Ray Parks. They also have number 5, Matt Bonds. They have number 11, Ryan Luther. And another one of their imports is number 52, Volodymyr Herun. That is for the squad of Coach Ruben Boykin. Ruben Boykin, together with Coach Hiroki Fujita, because Hiroki Fujita is their head coach. There were a couple of games when he was out, so Ruben came in. Right now, Hiroki is back. And you see the fans really get involved here in Japan. Sending in and leaving a lot of messages. Here we have the lineup for Koshigaya. They're not going to put number 4, Jeff Gibbs, in the lineup, at least for today. He's there on the court. You saw him there. They will have number 5, LJ Peak. They have number 10, Tim Suarez. And they also have Kyle Richardson, number 34. He is their naturalized player. Let's take a look at the key players for both these squads. On one side, we have number 35. That's Tatsuya Suzuki, the speedster. Most likely, he will be in the starting 5 up against Shun Matsuyama, number 7. These 2 guards will be going head-to-head here today. And whoever is able to get his way, chances are, will be able to lead his squad to victory. So looking over at the entire lineup of the Alphas, they've opted not to put in Gibbs. Gibbs actually, in the coverage that we had last week, was in the lineup, but they never used him. They never fielded him in, and there is your coach for Osaka, Hiroki Fujita. So they're going to have 3 imports, 3 reinforcements, and all 3 will be starting. That means they're not going to have anybody coming off the bench. So a lot of the locals will have to come in and try to do their share. That's a nice look at Coach Ryo Anzai. A little bit embattled here. He knows his team is much better than 11 and 24. But as I say, it is what it is. here we got the announcements of the starters for both these squads.
KOSHIGAYA ALPHAS starting 5 5番 LJ ピーク7番松山修10番ティム・ソアレス13番市場修34番カイル・リチャードソンそしてチームを決めるのはヘッドコーチ安西隆三
And there you have the starters here for the visitors. Starting out with number 5, that is LJ Peak. Number 7, we talked about Shun Matsuyama. That's him on your screens right there. You have number 10, Tim Suarez. Number 13, that is the youngster that actually joined their team late, Shuto Ichiba. Only 21 years old, but he is really being trusted here by Coach Anzai. And then they're going to have number 34, their naturalized player, Kyle Richardson. As we usher in now the starters for Osaka EVESSA.
Starting 5, number 1, Nathan Jr. Number 5, Matt Paul. Number 35, Suzuki Tatsuya. Number 52, Vladimir Keru. Number 88, Maki Hayato. そしてチームを率いるのはヘッドコーチ藤田裕樹。
And then starters for Coach Hiroki. They will start out with Ray Parks Jr., number 1. Number 5 is Matt Bonds. Number 35, Tatsuya Suzuki. Number 52, Volodymyr Herun. And finally, number 88, Hayato Maki. As we have our 3 referees handling proceedings here. Referee Urushima, Referee Tomishima, and Referee Uenishi. Again, the starters for both these squads. Right before we have tip-off, it'll be Parks, Bonds, Suzuki, Herun, and Maki. The starters for the home squad. The visitors will have Peak, Matsuyama, Suarez, Ichiba, and Richardson. There on your screens now. We are just about ready to get underway. There's Jeff Gibbs, unfortunately, in civis. That'll be a big loss for their squad here. They need another scoring sock off the bench, which they're not going to have today. We're set. All the chants here for the squad of EVESSA. Matt Bonds says he's ready to go. It'll be nice to watch that matchup inside with Volodymyr Herun up against Kyle Richardson. One of the highlights we're going to have here in this afternoon's affair. Exceptional crowd we've got here. Hardly any empty seats in the house. And we're underway. Second tap by Richardson. We'll get it to his point guard. And it's Shuto. Matsuyama will go to the corner. Extra pass. Ichiba didn't want to launch. And an early foul is going to be called here on Parks. Sticking a little bit too close that time. First personal for Parks. First team foul for Osaka. Richardson with the handoff. He'll get it. Tries to put it up and it drops. Early basket here for Koshigaya. 2-0. Herun. That's a little bit out of his comfort zone. He'll find Suzuki. Herun trying to set that pick. Slips. This is where he dominates. Inside. Slams that one through. We're tied at 2. Now chance of defense. We're going to hear that all throughout the afternoon. This animated crowd will never stop until the final buzzer. Richardson. Couple of flips and he'll come up short there. Tatsuya, the pass behind. That's a bit lucky. It'll fall to Parks. Sparks with a layup, no. Herun with the putback. Volodymyr here with all 4 points for his squad early. Double checking if it's gonna count. It's gonna drop there for Ichiba. He's on the board. Wasn't a smooth shot. Hence the look on his face. Two for 2. And deadlocked at 4. One and done. LJ Peak in the open court. That's a smart move. He actually saw Tim Suarez. He could have passed it forward, but he heard the whistle, threw it up. They just might give him 2 free throws here. So the moment he heard the foul, he took the shot. Looking for a 3-point play. Check that. It would have been a 3-point play if we went down, but just a side court inbound. Richardson. Trying to use his athleticism. It's not going to drop. Still deadlock at 4. Parks stops, pops, comes up short. LJ Peak will push. Shun couldn't find any space. But suddenly ends up with Suarez and he's going to score his first basket. 2-point lead once again here for the visiting squad. Trying to make his move. Bonds, that might be off his leg. It is. Good defense put up here by the boys in white. Watch it again. This is a good angle to look at it from. Hard swipe from Matsuyama. quickly. 3.5 minutes gone. Suarez up against Bonds. Another one of those good matchups. It is now 9-4. I look inside. Hirun got pulled. First personal foul is going to be called on Shun. Suzuki shows he'll come up close and he'll knock that one down. And to kiss it off, it's a 3-on-1 break. That's a good steal by Richardson. They took too much time on the offensive end there after that steal, and they paid the price. Suarez starting to find his range. 12-6. Herun. Another basket's going to be scored here. And that lead has now increased to 8. And a timeout will have to be called by the home squad, Osaka. Quick basket inside there, Tim Suarez. That's what you want to do coming off a timeout. Execute the game plan of your coach, and they score. Little smile on the face here of Coach Ryu Anzai. Ooh. (14-8), Koshigaya with a 6-point advantage. That hasn't silenced the crowd here. Pass goes all the way to Peak. Richardson looking for space here. Ryan Luther is checked in for the very first time. Long three. And Sasakura hits. Sasakura just checked in. And he hit right away. That's going to open things up, especially for their imports. 17-8 is our tally. Short there from Parks. Another three is going to drop. Sasakura with back-to-back threes is now 20-8. Talk about coming in and feeling it. He must have woken up on the right side of the bed. He'll pick up his first personal foul though. And look for space. Open three. That'll rattle out. Nice rebound by Richardson. Playing a high man zone. This is the squad of Osaka. LJ Peak will come up short. You can see the players really just battling for every possession here. Well, both these teams actually still have a chance to sneak into the playoffs, but they have to stop these losing streaks. Coming in now is Fumiya Liu. And take advantage of the youth that their opponents have. Ryan Luther, yes, he's a dead shot from there. With just 2.5 remaining here in the first period, a timeout will be called now by Koshigaya. (20-11). It's now 22-11 as we get back into the action here, as we welcome everybody back to the Ukini Arena, Maishima. Back up to 11-point advantage here for Koshigaya. Now that they make a basket, it's not going to count. Hence the frustrated look there. Sasakura, though, is going to pick up his second personal foul. He's got a smile because so far he has 2 fouls, but he also has 2 threes. Shun Matsuyama checks back in, together with Kyle Richardson. And also their starting point guard, Shuto Ichiba. He's going to rely so heavily on his starters. Handoff, little pick. Matsuyama creates space. He'll come up short though. Did the smart thing, just couldn't knock it down. 22-11 still our tally. A minute and a half remaining in the opening period. Fumio with a long one, no. And a foul will be called here. Watch what Hoshikawa did. You can actually try to be able to stop your opponent from trying to get to the ball, but you can't push him out of bounds. Clearly a foul there, and now Koshigaya will be in the penalty with a minute 22 remaining. Can OSAKA take advantage? Luther gives it up for Lodimir. Under a minute remaining in this one. Talking about the first period. Shun gets around his man, floats it up, and that's gonna drop. This is now the biggest lead in the contest at 24-11. Smart play there for Luther. He knows that his opponents are in the penalty, taking it strong to the heart of the defense. First personal foul for the youngster Ichiba. Chance of defense. 30 seconds remaining in the opening period. Two-man game up high, still with Peak. Are they going to call an offensive foul? Yes, they will. That's going to be number 1 on Peak. Tough stands put up here. Boy, talk about embellishing the contact. Peak says, what can I do if I'm that strong? Fraction of a second difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Suzuki try to wind this one down, trying to get the deficit to just single digits. Luther will bring it in. Luther, yes! You're not going to have enough time to get a shot off. And that's how this first period would end. A solid start here by Koshigaya, but slowly and surely, OSAKA's come back as they now trail 24-15.
さあ続いては2番手塚本優さん意気込みを いうことか。それでは自分のタイミングでどうぞ。わあ、惜しい。これも。さあ、そして3人目、金山栄一さん、意気込みを。頑張ります。もう決めてくださいよ。どうぞ。わずか届かずということで、皆さん改めて3名の挑戦者によろしくお願いします。以上、株式会社エントテイメントラッキー順のチャレンジでした。ありがとうございました。
Not the way you want to start out with a quick foul here. Gonna set the pick and just getting there a little late. So number 18, Kenshin Hoshikawa. One of their young high flyers. We'll have to take a seat. You go to the wing. Quick move by Parks. And he banks it off the glass. First points here for Parks. And he's going to cut the lead down to 7. Launched it at a high of 13 in the first period. So far we've had 2 deadlocks. Man game up high. Suzuki. We'll lose it eventually. Not too much pressure there. Almost a minute gone. So quickly here in the second. Out of pressure up high. Here comes Luther. Bonds. Has been quiet. Couple of moves. Finds the open shooter. It's not going to drop though. Ryan with the offensive rebound. Very quickly, 3 fouls already here on Koshigaya. There's a hand to the face that might be reviewed. It will? No, it won't be. Still, officially the second personal foul there of Shuhei Kitagawa. Sasakura is back. They needed to ignite the offense. Fall away there for Luther. It'll drop. The shooters roll. That'll extend the lead back to 5. These chants of "Let's Go Alphas" has started from the opening tip. Okay, the referee say, let's play on. And now they want defense, the fans here at the Ukini Arena. Suarez with a handoff. Ichiba will bring it around, kick it out. So Ichiro Inoue is in for the very first time. LJP will overshoot. The tap goes right back to the boys in white. Little stutter step, and that'll work. Boy, this guy Shuto Ichiba, so young but already so many tricks up his sleeve. Bonds almost traveled. We'll get it back. Can't get the turn. The corner, Suarez shutting the door on him. Hayato still. And again, very, very sticky defense from both these squads. Georgie Takeuchi in. That's a great matchup. Inside, Bonds! That was essentially the only thing they could do to be able to score, and they did it. Look at Inoue. Bring it down like a point guard. Up against Takeuchi. Two of the big men of Japan at opposite spectrums of their career. Georgie Takeuchi has been there, done that, about to retire. Peak will come up short. On the other hand, Georgie Takeuchi. That's on one end, and we have Soichiro Inoue on the other. Getting away is the veteran. And that's going to cut the lead down to just 3. Sakura will give it up. I'm a bit surprised he's not as aggressive as he should be. Peak inside, yes! Giving his squad another 10-point lead. Luther forcing the issue. Gets it back, kicks it out. Bonds. We'll try a challenge. An offensive foul will be called here. Sakura said he was ready to get that rebound. He was pushed out of space. Six minutes, 13 seconds remaining. Volodymyr Herun back in here for his squad. Suzuki. Gonna play tough defense, and that is going to be a 3-point play competed. You can just see Richardson is just so strong. He can also sky high. Watch this here. Taking the bump. Nothing really Hayato Maki could do. Seven-point lead enjoyed here by Koshigaya. 30-23. Looking to add to that tally. Kyle on the line. 4 minutes gone here in the second period. Richardson converts the second. Inside, power move. Bonds just threw it up. He felt the contact. He knew he's got 2 free throws coming up.
越谷34番リチャードソン選手個人ファウルチームファウル4です。
He got tripped up there by Richardson.
ファウルのため大阪に2ショット与えられます。
Cal's gonna pick up foul number 1. And Koshigaya now with still 5:37 to be played before the halftime break. They're in the penalty once again. Shun almost lost it. Was almost too quick for his own good. Stepping in the sideline there is the big man, Soichiro. His playing time has really dwindled here with the entry of Kyle Richardson. He was getting a whole lot more playing time. And they had Kai Soto in the fold. Trying to speed things up here. It's OSAKA EVESSA. Parks gets that floater to drop. Parks now starting to find his range. Parks is already 31 years old. He's been playing for quite a while. I actually thought he was only about 27, 28. Already a veteran. He actually started in the pros early. Bonds to the wing. Suzuki for 3, yes! Suzuki is one of those players she just cannot leave open. He's gonna get that one to drop, and that is gonna cut the lead here to just 1. Perfect find. Hockey assist will go to Matt Bonds. The actual assist will go to Hayato Maki. A steal there coming off the break, and now it's a 1-point lead here for Osaka, to the delight of their fans. They have not yet led into the ball game. This is their first opportunity at 32-31. What a time for them to catch fire, to tighten up on the defensive end. Inside, scoring there's LJ Peak. 1-point lead goes right back to the boys in white. They might be having a seesaw affair here. Bonds. A little bit too strong. Shun again orchestrating for his squad. Under 4 minutes to be played before the break. LJ Peak using his strength, and a foul would be called there. Leo there, reached in. Watch it here. He was trying to hold his own as much as he possibly could. And then, the swipe. Check that. That is Makoto Kinoshita, number 31, with a foul. Peak takes care of the first. Leads back up to 2. Suzuki looked like he was about to take off there with a shot. Bonds will come up short. Skying high there was Sasakura. Ooh, that's a gimme. Suarez would definitely want that one back. That was his opportunity to finally get on the board. He's still scoreless here. Tatsuya always looking for a running start. Volodymyr. His push shot not gonna drop. Gonna go to the block. The pass. Good catch there by Suarez, and he's gonna be given an assist as Shun Matsuyama knocks down that 3. 5 points now in the contest for Shun, and the lead has once again been re-established at 6. You can exactly see what might be happening next year in the B-League. Jeff Gibbs as an assistant coach. He's got loads of experience. He has said this is going to be his final year. The 44-year-old can still play though. He was very instrumental in a lot of their victories here this season. Just in the injured list at the moment. Parks will kick it out. Suzuki asking for the pick. Gets it from Hirun. Finds some space. Nice tip in there by Volodymyr. I'll cut the lead down to 4. Things a little bit tighter now. The first period is a 13-point lead enjoyed by the Alphas. Not anymore. Lazy pass. Still gets to Suarez. Suarez with a fall away. No. Good defense put up there by Luther. Volodymyr running. Oh, that shot just went over. Volodymyr was waiting for that short miss. Richardson and a bang bodies and scores. That's just bully basketball. Now 7 points in the contest here for Kyle. Ryan looking for a running start. Parks. They'll send it up high. Trying to get inside. Open 3. A little bit too strong. Sasakura trying to get there. Luther gets to it first. Parks all day to shoot. That'll rim out. LJ His pass picked off by Ray. Ray looked like he was trying to back up his opponent. We'll do that now. He really wanted that basket. It's still not going to drop on the second attempt. And they say ball will stay here in this end.
EVESSA.
He will not be denied that time. 6 points in the contest here for Ray Parks. Under a minute remaining before the halftime break. 40-36 is our tally. Time for about a possession each. Shun will get it back here. They get it to Suarez. This is his specialty. And he's going to knock that one down. 43-36. A fraction of a second difference from the game clock and the shot clock. Volodymyr says, let's go for the final one. Parks will bring it up. Looking for a running start here once again. We'll go inside. Volodymyr stripped. More than enough time. But they've got to push. The pass, though, was a very poor one. And that is where we're going to end first half hostilities. Up and down affair from both these squads. And when the smoke clears, it's the Alphas leading 43-36.
B.LEAGUE によるスペシャルコラボパフォーマンスをご覧いただきます。さあ、こちらコメントいただいております。大阪ウェスターチアダスクールビーチです。本日は総勢120名のビーチと BT が今日限りの特別コラボレーションでパフォーマンスをさせていただきます。大阪ウェスターの勝利を願って皆さん最後まで一緒に盛り上がっていきましょう。それではいきましょう。3、2、1、GO! ビッグダウンビッキー 大阪ベッサーチアダンスクール3つと大阪ベッサー公式ガールズパフォーマンスユニット BT の皆さんでした。ありがとうございました。さあこの時間では関西未来銀行プレゼンツハーフタイムアトラクションフリースロー対決を行いたいと思います。そして水本さんにも一緒に盛り上げていただきたいと思いますね。お願いします。よろしくお願いします。もうファンサがすごい、水本さんファンがすごい。そしてありがとうございます。リソニアも来てくれました。さあ一緒に盛り上げていただきます。さあそれでは早速参加者の皆さんにご登場いただきましょう。どうぞ。
拍手をください皆さん。
さあ本日は事前に選ばれた5名の皆さんによる梨田チームと関西未来銀行の5名の皆さんのヨッシーチームによるフリースロー対決となります。
はい、僕はどっちのチーム
ルールは1人2本ずつフリースローを打っていただいて入った合計の多いチームが勝利となります。勝利したチームの皆さんにはサイン入りミニボールをお一人ずつプレゼントいたします。皆さん頑張ってください。さあそれでは早速各代表者にお話を意気込みを聞きたいと思います。ではまずは関西未来銀行チーム意気込みを。
みんなで絶対勝ちたいと思います。
勝ちましょうね。はい。勝ちましょう。ラストチームどうぞ。
今日の試合頑張ります。頑張ってください。
頑張ってください。
行きましょう、決めましょう。
さあそれでは皆さんで準備に取り掛かっていただきましょう。じゃあこちらの方に来ていただいて、
こっち実際に
1投目だけはね僕のせーのでいきましょうか。
はい、頑張ってください。
あ、ごめんなさい、どうぞでブザーが鳴るんで皆さん投げてくださいね。準備はいいでしょうか。 OK、はい、それでは1人目の方
頑張ってください。
どうぞ。わずかあ水本さんとリソニアがね2人でね肩組んで右
頑張れ頑張れ。
どうぞ投げてください。
おー、よし、
入りました。
マジか
リソニアとリソニアとリソニアかリソニア頑張れ頑張って。
おお
すげえすげえ、俺らが1個入る。
1個入った。
うわー、よしよしよしよし。
続けてもう1個いこう。
頑張って頑張って頑張って来い。
うわ
俺らが入ったら入るぞ。俺らが入ったら入る。
ネゴ頑張れ
頑張れ。
頼む。
あら入らなかった。
いやわずか
オッケー、頑張って頑張って頑張って頑張って頑張って頑張って。よしよしよしよしよし。こちらだ。
いや
俺違うゲームしてる。
めっちゃ走ってますけど
頑張って。
頼むぞ惜しい。
よしよしよし。あ、めっちゃ惜しいね。さあどうなるどっち行く。頑張って皆さん応援してください。頑張れ
これめっちゃ緊張ですよ。
頑張れ。
うわ手のうちめっちゃ惜しいやつある。うちラスト頼んだ。
入れって今リチャードがねパワーを送ってます。
いやうちね実質これ3本4本入っててもおかしくない。
入れってパワーをね。
あれまだ梨田チームはあと1人
楽しい。
終了ということになりました。我々は吉チームは1本ですよ。
梨田チーム
めっちゃ入ってる。
2本。
ということで梨田チームの勝利となります。おめでとうございます。
おめでとうございます。
さあ勝利した梨田チームの皆さんにはサイン入りミニボールをプレゼントいたします。そして惜しくも敗れたチームの皆さんには参加賞としてリソニアぬいぐるみをこちらプレゼントいたします。さあそれでは皆さんね中央にお集まりいただきまして記念撮影のリソニアのぬいぐるみかわいい。さあ皆さん中央に集まっていただいてね今回記念撮影を行っていきたいと思います。じゃあ水本さんとリソニアで挟んでいただく形で、じゃあカメラに向かって笑顔でお願いします。それではいきますよ。3、2、1、GO！ありがとうございました。 準備の皆さんありがとうございました。そして水本さんもありがとうございました。皆さん大きな拍手お願いします。ということで以上関西未来銀行プレゼンツアーケードアトラクションフリースロー対決でした。この試合もレグライトの試合をお楽しみください。
大阪エベッサをサポートしていただいておりますオフィシャルパートナー様をご紹介いたします。ダイヤモンドパートナーヒューマンホールディングス、藤井組、山本商事、プラチナパートナー緊張、エゴザル、光の国、ホテルザグランデ、ファースタジオ5、栄光堂本店、シニアライフクリエイト、ポタポタクラブ、吉村一建設、ハマテック、日本ニューマジック工業、大阪信用金庫、引っ越し革命、西日本旅客鉄道、インフィニティ、関西未来銀行、プレミアムパートナー、大木商店、安らぎグループ、J ライン、N クリニック、そば島クリニック、エント、ニコニコテクノサービス、MJC、伊賀6店、柳本、中村組、ISI ソフトウェア、ALPHASジャパン、ドライブステージ、アビバ、トライズ、スモタ歯磨き、中野運送、イオンモール、エバー航空、証券、サムテック、阪神憲法、ムーミックス、ヤオシャーリング工業所、京阪ホールディングス、港板学、大和リース。以上オフィシャルパートナー様のご紹介でした。いつもご支援いただきありがとうございます。ここでクラブメッサ会員に抽選で当たるホテル清流スイートルーム賞の発表です。オフィシャルスポンサーの東大阪石切温泉ホテル清流様よりスイートルームペア宿泊券をプレゼントいただいております。本日ご来場のクラブメッサ会員に当選者がいます。本日の当選者は会員番号 OE00246-00041 新田彩さんです。おめでとうございます。当選された方は2階正面付近のクラブメッサカウンターまでお越しください。
さあこの時間ではコースディッピングサービス園芸 ポイント、そしてユンさんのうちにジョーカー500ポイント、そして MI さん100ポイント、ココロさんが500ポイントですかね、水木さん100ポイント、アキさん300ポイント、ありがとうございます。さあ残りは30秒切ってきました。さあどんどん来てくださいよ。もう残り時間少なくなってきましたよ。ハッピーマルチャ500ポイント。さあ残り15秒。さあ5秒前になったらねカウントダウンしますよ。さあ10秒になってきました。5秒前、4、3、2、1、終了です。ありがとうございました。さあ対象者の方にはねこの後メールを送りますので楽しみにお待ちください。明日のゲームスにも素敵なリワードをご用意しておりますので皆様のご参加お待ちしております。以上、レゲのギフティングタイムでした。
Terrific numbers here we're seeing from both these squads, shooting just about equal, really, if you look at it from 2-point range. But look at this, 60% shooting for the Alphas from 3, only 20% shooting for Osaka EVESSA there, 2 out of 10. In terms of free throws, just about the same. Osaka EVESSA able to take care of that basketball a little bit more. Just 4 turnovers, 7 turnovers here for the Alphas. Everything else essentially even. That's why we've got a very close affair here between these two squads. They have been fighting tooth and nail for this one. As we mentioned, Osaka is on a 2-game losing streak, on a 3-game skid at the Koshigaya Alphas. If we take a look at the scoring leaders, for Osaka, they're led by the 11 points here of Ryan Luther. Parks, Bonds, and Herun have 6 each. And Tatsuya Suzuki with 5 points. One of those baskets, a big 3-pointer. Let's flip over to the other side in a bit. Koshigaya led by LJ Peak with double figures at 11 points. 8 points there for Tim Suarez. Richardson with 7. Sasakura hit 2 quick threes upon his entry with 6 points. And we have Shun Matsuyama with 5 points. That's going to set up an interesting second half between these two squads who are raring to get going. Nice basket there by Hirun. He now gets to 8 points here in this contest. The fans have been very animated from the get-go. 45-38 is our tally right now. The boys in red have an opportunity to score here. They go to Hirun, and a foul is going to be called there on Richardson. Nothing really he could do, but just come up with that foul. Swiped. Well, he's complaining about the fact that he said he got a lot of ball, but eventually he also did get a lot of arm. Second personal foul going to be called here on Kyle. 2 free throws coming up. Fans have been loving it here so far. And why not? We've got great basketball action. Hirun's going to come up short in the second one as well. Bonds with the offensive rebound. We'll go to Parks. Not necessarily good spacing. Hirun was there setting that pick, but he couldn't even put it through as well. Definitely they're going to want that one back, but they're going to have to play defense first. Shun. Trying to rush things. Why not? They want to be able to score before the defense is able to set up. Matsuyama. Matsuyama still. Richardson from 14 feet swishes that one through. And the lead is quietly back up to 9 points. 9 points also in the contest here for Kyle Richardson. Flipping it up. Heading to the free throw line here is Tatsuya. He can just really explode to the basket. Shun Matsuyama is a quick individual, but Tatsuya is quicker. Second personal foul going to be called on Shun. They've got to make their free throws, talking about Osaka, if they want to be able to get back in this ball game. Hirun a while ago just missed 2. Looking at the free throw situation, Osaka actually has been quite good from the line. Those were the first 2 misses for them a while ago by Volodymyr. Now they are 6 out of 8. As we take a nice quick look at Coach Fujita.
これまで以上の声が必要。
Breaking that press. Ichiba
レフトやつ
sets up his shooter. Shun not gonna take it. Finds Suarez wide open in the corner.
大阪へ
That's one individual you cannot leave open. He's shooting close to 50% from there. Tatsuya will launch. There was some contact. That was clear. Definitely a foul. Definitely 3 free throws coming here for the veteran. People forget that Suzuki also turned pro quite early. He's been playing for such a long time. Still young though at 33. And still possessing that cat-like quickness. Tatsuya has a dead shot from there. Already 3 team fouls for Koshigaya and only 2 minutes gone. Some substitutions coming in. Sasakura. He's helped them out defensively, not to mention those 2 quick threes. We'll bring it down. Tomaki trying to stay in step. Here's LJ. We'll go to the wing. Another 3 for Suarez. Yes, that rattles through. Back-to-back threes here for Tim from practically the same spot. Stopping the action there. Suarez is going to pick up a personal. Just wanted to make sure there was no 3-point play. Is that foul from Suarez? No, they're going to say no foul. Coming back in. It's Makoto Kinoshita. Tomaki replaced for the time being. He was a starter. Tomaki's already 26. He's been covering him for quite a while. Parks and Hirun not on the same page there. Turnover here for Osaka. One of the few turnovers they've had. This is turnover number 5. Again, Suarez looking for his spot up high. Now you can see Bonds sticking a little closer, and he should. Inside the paint, the floater will drop. Boy, Shuto has really shown that he's very comfortable playing at this level, despite the fact that he was a teenager 2 years ago. Suzuki will go inside. Volodymyr to the wing. Bonds left open for 3. He'll overshoot though. Nice save. Sasakura will try to push. Gets it to LJ. Battling for position inside. They'll go up high first. Not in any rush. They see the mismatch. There's a quick double. But before that, a foul is going to be called here on Tatsuya. Clearly a foul, and clearly a foul down low. Definitely no continuation. Smart foul there from Tatsuya. That's the problem though when you have these small guards. The opponents will try to pounce. Here comes the veteran right back. Joji Takeuchi played about 3 minutes in the first half. Want to go early. Suarez A little bit too strong off that board. Suzuki finds Bonds. Bonds, easy layup. He could have slammed that one through if he wanted to, but he wanted to save his energy. His team is still down here by 12. Actually by 12, now by 10. Richardson short on that push shot. Wasn't the smoothest of releases. Volodymyr with a jumper, yes. Another steal. Volodymyr still holding on to it. And Sasakura will be called for a personal. That might be number 3. That was poor positioning there by Kyle. Not wanting to give Volodymyr an easy dunk. There's confirmation. That is the 3rd personal foul going to be called on Reiju. And he'll quickly be lifted. Volodymyr will miss the first. So that turns out to be a very good foul by Sasakura. That was a sure 2 points for Hirun inside. So far, 3 misses already from the free throw line. All here in the 3rd by the boys in red. Another miss, but everybody forgot about Georgie Takeuchi. Bonds will not challenge. Yes, he will finally and score. They're going to get the 2 points nonetheless. And they're going to cut the lead down to 6. Floater's not going to work. Shun is going to get his miss. LJ with a jumper. That's for 3. And the lead quickly back up to 9. Under 5 minutes to be played here in the 3rd. Tatsuya will hand it down. You can see that play evolving as Hirun slowly inching his way to the basket. Gets the pass. That's going to be the 3rd personal foul right now here for Kenshin Hoshikawa. Hoshikawa hasn't really been able to do too much here. He's been in foul trouble from the time he entered. He entered midway through the second half, to the second quarter rather, and he picked up 2 quick fouls. Hirun now on the line. He just missed 2 earlier. Takes care of business that time. Short. He has 3 misses already. 3 of the 6 misses from the free throw line here for the boys in red. They need to make those gimmies. Richardson asking for it. They can't find the angle for the pass. Kenshin will now try to attack. He'll have to put this one up. Shot clock down to 1. Parks collects. 3 on 2 the other way. Ray inside. Will overshoot. Hirun will lose it. Matsuyama still. Boy, coming out of nowhere. Kenshin just left his defender. And that lead is back up to 10, 60-50. 4 points in the contest here for Kenshin, and a timeout will have to be called by Osaka. You cannot just give up easy points such as that.
February.
No one in foul trouble yet for Osaka. Just two players with two each. That's not bad. Two players now with three though for Koshigaya. It's Matsuyama and Hoshikawa. Check that, three players including Sasakura. Two apiece for Kitagawa and Richardson. There's Matsuyama on your screens. He is very critical to the success here of the boys in white. Quick attack here by Luther. He'll get stripped. Stopping. Shun for three. Back rims that one. Kenshin skies high for defensive rebound. They're going to get another possession here. Already up by 10. Their biggest lead was at 13. That was in the first period. That's great hands. Hayato Maki as the last line of defense. It looked like that was going to be an easy 2 points for LJ Peak. And again, chance of defense. It's got to stop here. It's going to start here in the defensive end. Without these stops, they're not going to be able to score. Getting away inside. Soichiro Inoue. That's the second layup they've given up here this quarter. That's a poor pass. 2-on-1 break. Matsuyama long two. They hurried that one. Didn't necessarily have to take that shot. And that's a poor foul for Inoue as he's going to send Joji to the line for two shots. That was not good spacing in terms of their fast break, and you saw it. Three-man substitution. Suarez will come in. Ichiba will come in together with Sasakura. And again, Inoue just scored and he's coming off. He's really not gotten as much love as he would want to. The squad of the Alphas have gotten into the penalty all 3 periods. And they're paying the price with all these free throws now. But Osaka needs to be able to knock most of them down, if not all of them, if they really want to stage a comeback. There's another miss, but Luther will get that. He'll be fouled. So 2 more free throws coming up here, this time for Ryan. That has been the problem here for the Alphas. They have not been able to control those defensive boards. There's a foul from the back, LJ. But they're going to say it's actually Tim Suarez, so that's going to be the first there for Tim. Ryan makes the first. Under 3 minutes to play. Here in quarter number 3. Can they take advantage of the free throws being given to them? Ryan will make both, and that's going to cut the lead down to just 9. Under 3 minutes to be played. Here in the third canto, Sasakura. A lot of pressure in the backcourt, but he's able to get it down. Richardson, a little bit too high for comfort. Back to Ichiba. Suarez. They couldn't find Richardson inside. Almost a 3-second violation. The tap will drop to Suarez. Suarez was thinking about the 3. Will give it up. They've got a brand new 14 to work with. And he's got the older player here in Sasakura. 3. Not gonna drop. Bonds clears. Poor pass. But not able to hold on to it. Takeuchi can't get that one to go. That's a hard foul. Well, Ichiba's a youngster. He'll just get up and say he's good to go. Foul there will be called on Fumiya Leo. He ran straight in to Ichiba. That was like trying to take down a running back. Checking out the free throw numbers, 13 out of 19 for 68% for Osaka. On the other side, just 5 out of 5. So perfect. They're going to review this one. Yes, there was a lot of contact, but then there was really no malice there. That was just his momentum carrying through to Ichiba. But let's see how they take a look at it. Takeuchi thought he had the 3. That was really just Fumio. A little bit out of control. But should just be a regular foul. But let's see what the referees say. Ooh, they're gonna say it's an unsportsmanlike foul. So that's gonna mean 2 free throws and ball possession for the squad that's already down by 9. So heading to the line for 2 shots is Shuto. Leo there apologizing, saying there was really no malice intended. I was just trying to get that ball. 2 free throws coming up. Trying to extend the lead once again and make it double digits. But Shuto will come up with the first miss from the free throw line for Koshigaya. Second will drop. That'll still make it a double-digit lead at 10. And they've got the basketball here. Now Peak. Peak serving the situation. Forces the issue. Nobody jumping there with Kyle. That clearly should be the ball of the boys in red. Trying to keep it alive there was Richardson. Tap a little bit too strong, and so Matt Bond says, give us the basketball. Matt Bonds gets away, but there's a foul. Yes, it looked initially like a block there in LJ Peak. He's not happy with the call, but he'll have to raise his hand here and acknowledge the personal. There was a lot of body. It was clear up high. Second personal foul going to be called on LJ. Bonds with the first. Matt will make the second. Still, this 8 points is a luxury here. The squad of Koshigaya has led essentially the entire ball game. We've only had 2 ties, one at 2 and then one at 4. But there was one change in the lead at 32-31 in the third period. And again, taking control. Peak and company. Peak will hit that one too strong off the glass. Makoto back in. Back to Makoto. You're looking for Ryan. Ryan for three. Good line. Just a little bit too strong that time, which is going to bring us under a minute. Shuto. Two-man game. Shuto still. They look inside. Suarez there with a swooping left hand. Will come up short. Final 40 seconds. Ryan inside. And a foul once again. So Ryan Luther will troop to the line for two more shots.
越谷5番ピーク選手個人ファウル3です。大阪に2ショット与えられます。
Ryan makes the first. Looking at the numbers here so far, just about dead even. Rebounding, 25 to 27 in favor of Osaka. In terms of assists, it's 20 to 19 in favor of Koshigaya. All the numbers really just canceling each other out. 6 steals for Osaka, 4 steals for Koshigaya. Final 36 seconds of the third. Trying to bring it in. They're able to save it. Shuto finds the open Sasakura. Not that time. And look for the final shot here. And cut into this lead if they can. That will count. It should. That will bring the crowd to its feet. That 6-point lead has been cut down in half. Watch it here once again. Volodymyr to the wing. Extra pass. And Suzuki is up to the task. As we head into the fourth period, it's a 3-point advantage enjoyed by the visitors. 63 to 60.
Referee. さあここから第4クォーターの戦いとなります。さあ鈴木達也キャプテンのスリーポイント。さあ3点差に迫りました我らが大阪エベッサ。さあここからどんどん皆さんも声出せ。追いついてそして逆転絶対勝利。
Fourth and final period is upon us. First possession to the visitors. Sasakura tries to bang that off the glass. Not going to work. chance for the lead to be cut down to 1 or even tied with a 3-pointer here. First possession for Osaka. Pass above the head. Suzuki left open. He can't convert though. Kenshin clears and he'll try to push. Richardson has been asking for that pass. And he'll be fouled there by Ryan. Being very active inside, but they have yet to really find him in his sweet spot. That's where the pass should have come. That would have been an easy basket. Ryan will pick up his second personal foul. LJ Peak sent back in. Kochiryu Anzai trying to protect their lead as much as possible. They go to LJ inside, will overshoot. But in the second attempt, he will get fouled. Stopping the action here. There's really not much that can be done when he gets that pass that deep inside. As Leo gets replaced, and here comes Parks. Still anybody's ball game. LJ knocks that one down. Now chance of Osaka. They've got possession of the basketball. They are down by 5 though. Parks with a curl. Puts up a jumper and hits. That's too easy for Parks. He's got that range. He now has 8 points. He's got to have a hand in his face. Here's that last replay. Almost a steal there. But a foul will be called on Makoto. Sticking a little too close. Second personal foul going to be called on Kinoshita. Dangerous pass, but Richardson is up to the task. He'll bring it down and hand it over to Shun. Calling out fist. Setting the pick there. Richardson doesn't get the pass. Suarez was free. But Matsuyama will score. What an acrobatic shot. He was falling down. He put it up. It went through. He's got 7 points. Leads back up to 5. Makoto to the wing. Good recovery there by the defense. Suzuki, floater, no. That was touched last by Ryan. Watch it once again. Just didn't get enough air under that one. Now they need defense. Still down by 5, very manageable. But they cannot afford to fall behind even more. They were once down by 13. They've been able to come back. Actually, they were able to lead even by 1. But here, trying to be able to catch up once again. A foul will be called on Parks. Readily acknowledges that one. Two free throws for Richardson. They're raining boos down, and now they're cheering because he missed. 2 minutes quickly gone here in the 4th. If you're just joining us, both these squads with losing streaks. 2 straight for Osaka, 3 straight for Koshigaya. So they desperately need a W. Richardson will get the second to drop. A 6-point advantage enjoyed by the visiting squad. Trying to free up Parks. He just hit a jumper earlier, puts up a 3, a little bit too strong. That might be a foul on Suarez. Parks was looking for a shot all the way. Tim Suarez with his second personal. And a battle there with Ryan Luther, who isn't backing down at all. Too strong that time from Makoto. Sasakura saying he held on to it, but he got stripped. Well, you gotta be stronger. Look at Sasakura. Skying high. But eventually would lose it. Possession back. Here to the boys in red. Ryan. That might have been a charge. It is. That was an elbow right there in the torso. Let's see if we can see it again. This is the best angle to look at it from. Boom! Calling out the play. Shuto. He'll get it back. The shot clock is winding down. Shuto will put it up and through. There might be some extra motions here between the two imports. Will it be reviewed? That's what Ryan wants.
OSAKA ボールです。
3 minutes gone. 8-point lead enjoyed here by Koshigaya. In the penalty now. For the first time is OSAKA. Sasakura will turn. That's not a good foul. Suzuki not realizing that his squad is in the penalty. That's going to mean 2 free throws for Reiju. Third personal foul going to be called on Suzuki. Takeuchi will check in again. Six minutes, 38 seconds remaining. Who will pick up the very valuable W. Second will drop. The lead extends now to 8. Check that. 9. Parks with the jumper will come up short. Bonds is there for the putback. At the right place at the right time, Matt Bonds. And that's not a good foul. LJ Peak not happy there as he hits the deck.
越谷選手交代です。7番松山選手入ります。
6:08 still to be played. Let's look there at Coach Anzai. You've got to look for Bonds. Bonds can create for his squad. He's been very capable today. Bonds with a little bump, but he'll overshoot. Another big rebound here by Sasayama. Sasakura, check that. Power move, Richardson though, will lose it. Gonna go to the wing. Suarez not up to the task of holding on to that one. 5.5 remaining. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Floater, Joji Takeuchi. That is his second putback here. And that's just in the fourth period. One by Bonds, there from Joji. That's kept him in the ball game. That's good positioning there by their bigs. And the lead's been cut down to 5. The main man inside the paint, Richardson. Falling away, a little bit too strong there. We've breached the 5-minute mark. Parks will launch and hit. Ray Park says, I'm just starting to get heated up. He's got 11 points. He cuts the lead down to 2. Final stretch coming up. It's winning time. Final 5 minutes of action here this Saturday afternoon. LJ Peak a little bit too strong there in that drive. Here's Bonds. That is very good transition defense shown here by the boys in white. Step back 3, no. Parks wanted to give his squad the lead there with that shot. And look to Suarez. Not exactly the strongest of inside players. LJ, long three, banks that one through.
OSAKA EVESSA.
It's now a 5-point advantage for the Alphas. Kyuchi playing extended minutes here. They need his length against Hirun. They also need some offensive rebounding as LJ plucks that one and he'll walk it down. Well, Peak's trying to burn time. Gets to his spot. No. Might have been better served. Just trying to kiss it off the glass again. Almost a good find. Hirun would have had a layup there off that near perfect pass from Hayato Maki.
OSAKA EVESSA.
Baseline inbound. We get it safely to Hirun. Hirun's gonna have to give this one up. Finds Sparks. Is that gonna mean 3 free throws? That's gonna be foul number 4 on Kenshin Hoshikawa. He was sticking close, but too close for comfort. And there's confirmation. 4 fouls.
OSAKA EVESSA.
That's a perfect bounce pass. Hirun there with a slam. Talk about threading the needle. Ray Parks Jr. doing it all for his squad.
Take it easy. 第5回第4クォーター再開となります。さあ、ボールに池選手のダンクショットで3点差まで迫ってきました大阪エベッサ。さあ、選手と一緒に皆さんも戦っていきましょう。もっと声出そう。一緒に守りましょう。ディフェンス。
Chance of defense. Just a 1-possession ball game here as we enter the final 2.5 minutes of play. Suarez making it 6. No. Parks will grab that rebound. He'll get fouled. Both teams in the penalty. So 2 free throws now here for Ray. What was Sakura thinking? He wasn't even going for the ball. He just went for the body of Parks. And now Ray says, thank you very much. Should have just stayed beside him. Now Parks trying to cut into this lead further. First is down. Silence here, gripping the fans of Osaka. They have trailed majority of this ball game. And they still trail by 1.
31番北川選手入ります。
さあ池崎だよ。ディフェン
They get it in. Shun up against Suzuki. Two speedsters in the backcourt. They get it past the timeline. Shot clock now approaching 11. Matsuyama kicks it out. LJ for three. Swish!
OSAKA EVESSA.
He is now at 4. 22 points in the contest here for LJ Peak. Takeuchi. Will have to give it up. Here's Sparks once again. That's a great handoff. Parks with an assist. Parks with a 3. Parks with 2 free throws. Parks with a rebound. Everything has been Ray Parks here in the 4th. Under 2 minutes to be played. Suarez will come up short. Joji, nice tap there. And they will push. And why not go to Parks? He has been the hero here. Looking for a 3-point play. It's there. Ray Parks got hit in the face. Still stayed with it. Watch it once again. There was the foul. And he put it up and through. So it's now a lead here for the boys in red. Not to mention the fact that when we come back, one more free throw coming here for Ray.
Integrity. さあ第4クォーター再開となります。さあレイバックスジュニア選手のエンドワン。さあスコア77対77。さあここからレイバックスジュニア選手のワンショット。さあ皆さんで背中を押していきましょう。
Parks to give his squad the 1-point lead. Well, he'll be replaced. Makoto rattles that one through. It's a 1-point lead here. We're gonna have a seesaw affair. Who will they look for? LJ Peak has been their main man offensively. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Bonds with a steal. Bonds will push. Now they get it to the veteran, Tatsuya. They need to score. Herun will kick it out. Bonds puts up a 3. Short. Takeuchi couldn't save it. 39.8 remaining. No timeouts going to be called here. Well, Coach Anzai had the opportunity to if he wanted. He'll send Parks back in. Parks has been his hatchet man. And so when Coach Hiroki saw that he was good to go, made sure send him back in. Peak against Bonds. We've seen that matchup all throughout the afternoon. Same with this one. Shun up against Tatsuya. That's an offensive foul. That was clear. Moving there was Suarez.
選手個人ファウル3です。
28.4 seconds remaining. It brings up a very interesting situation here. Third personal foul going to be called on. So here's the situation. 28.4 seconds remaining, so a difference of 4.4 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. And definitely, you know, Osaka's going to try to make this get down to the final seconds. Will they foul? They get it past the timeline just in the nick of time, and a foul will be called. They were looking for a jump ball situation. Osaka almost shot themselves in the foot there. You know what they wanted to do was they wanted to inbound it from the backcourt. That's the right thing to do, so you have the entire 24 seconds. But they almost got caught with an 8-second violation. So they opted to foul. Might have been the smart thing, really. Fourth personal foul would be called an LJ, because if you take the shot in the last 3 seconds and then there's a battle for that loose ball, you're not going to get a shot off. So they tried to go for the foul, and now they're going to hope that Bonds is going to miss one or both. He'll make the first. But regardless, even if he makes the second, it's still just a one possession ball game with a lot of time remaining. 18.2. To make it a 3-point lead. Bonds. A little bit too strong. The tap though is going to go to Hirun. Now they're going to need to foul again. And now with 2 free throws, it could be a 2-possession ball game. That has happened time and time again this afternoon. Not able to clear the defensive board after a free throw. And it might come back to haunt them. Hayato Maki though is not going to make the first free throw. Still, if he makes this one, it'll still be just at 3. So still just a 1-possession ball game. Question is, if he misses here, will they be able to get the defensive rebound? Well, he'll make it. And a timeout will be called here by Coach Ryo Anzai as he looks to design a play for a 3-point shot.
残りは14.6秒の戦いです。3点リードの大阪エベッサ。さあここは皆さん会場一体と守りましょう。
They get it in bounds. They need a 3 or a quick 2. They're wasting too much time. Shun for 3. Overshoots. Big rebound there by Volodymyr. Still some time remaining. But if Volodymyr makes even just one of these next 2 free throws, it's game over. 4.6 remaining. Shun Matsuyama fouls out. He had the golden opportunity to tie things up here. He had a good line, just a little too strong. Herun misses the first. They have missed so many free throws here in the second half. And especially here in the last 2 minutes of play. This game should have been done to put this game away. Herun, another big free throw. And he'll still miss. They need to put up a hurried 3. And there's a block from Hayato Maki. And he saves the day. Kenshin with an opportunity to send this into overtime, but his shot got blocked. So many heroes here for Osaka EVESSA, who trailed majority of this ball game. First time they've tasted a 3-point lead, and they're going to hold on for victory. Don't go away. Interviews coming up.
KOSHIGAYAアルファの選手の皆さん、そしてアルファメイトの皆さん、ありがとうございました。改めて両チームの選手に大きな拍手をお送りください。
たくさんの応援ありがとうございます。越谷さんがかなりハードに、そしてフィジカルに、戦ってきて、僕たちが受け身になってしまいタフなゲームだったんですけど、皆さんが、ずっと応援してくれたおかげで、最後勝ち切ることができました。本当にありがとうございます。バイウィーク前に、しっかり終われるように、とても明日大事な試合なので、ぜひ明日も、大阪ソウルで一丸となって応援よろしくお願いします。今日はありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。藤田ヘッドコーチのインタビューでした。それでは続いて本日活躍した選手マン・オブ・ザ・ゲームを発表したいと思います。本日のマン・オブ・ザ・ゲームはレイ・パークス・ジュニア選手です。おめでとうございます。レイ・パークス・ジュニア選手には関西未来銀行専務執行役員川上光一様より賞金10万円が贈呈されます。さあ、それではフォトセッションを行います。 ありがとうございます。それでは続いてレイパックジュニア選手にお話を伺いたいと思います。まずは勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
さあ今日は非常にいいところでのスリーポイント、そして勝利に貢献しましたレイパックジュニア選手、今日の試合ご自身のプレー振り返っていかがですか？
It's a testimony of character of the team that we're growing, we're learning, we're maturing, and that was a tough win, but it took everybody, a team effort.
そうですね、チームとしても今、しっかりと練習をして、成長している、段階だというところで、今日はすごい、タフな試合になったんですけども、チームとしてしっかりとエフォートというかチーム一丸となって努力して、こうやって、勝利をつかめたんちゃうかなと思ってます。
それでは最後なんですけども、今日応援してくれたベッサーの皆さんへのメッセージ、そして明日のゲーム2へ向けての意気込みをお願いします。
First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who came out here. I know it's cold outside, but we really appreciate your support. We couldn't have got this win without you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
はい、いつも応援ありがとうございます。今日は、外もすごい、寒い中、会場まで、来ていただいて本当にありがとうございます。皆様の、サポート声援なしでは、こういうふうにして、プレーできないですし勝てないんで、明日も、応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。それでは目の前のカメラにサインの方お願いいたします。さあベッサー皆さんの体勢を背に、さあ今日は引っ張ってくれました大阪ベッサー、そしてレイパックジュニア選手、いいところでスイープを決めてくれました。そして最後にぬいぐるみの方にねサインをお願いいたします。
A while ago, Coach Hiroki Fujita talked about the fact that he thanked everybody for all their cheers. They thanked them for all their support. He said Koshigaya was a very hard team to be able to play. It was a tough game, but he said because of the fan support, that really gave us the energy. And tomorrow, he said the game is going to be tough as well. So he said, please, we need your support. Come on over, because it's going to be just as hard.
さあ続いて大阪ソウル賞を発表したいと思います。こちらは試合中でスタッツには表せない献身的なプレーをした選手、一番大阪ソウルを燃やしてくれた選手を選出しております。本日の大阪ソウル賞は竹内ジョージ選手です。さあ鮮烈してくれました竹内ジョージ選手。
Now enjoy the highlights. So many highlights for both these squads. Actually, the highlights, most of them in the first 3 periods, belonged to Koshigaya. Though Hirun had a nice slam there. Tim Suarez sneaks a 2. And then LJ Peak, who was really on fire today, will get a second opportunity and he'll knock that one down. You cannot give him 2 shots in the same spot. He'll kill you. Up and under move. Nice flick coming here from Tatsuya Suzuki. Suzuki was very instrumental in that comeback in the 4th. Sasakura will check in. And he hit 2 quick threes. And he would hardly take any shots after that. You thought that because he was taking a lot of these shots early, he was in rhythm. And a lot of times players do feel it when their biorhythm is up. That's why I'm quite surprised he didn't take too many shots after that. Inside the paint, scoring there, Shun Matsuyama. Eventually he'd foul out. It was a dominating first period for Koshigaya as they led 24-15. And then they essentially held on to that lead because after 2 quarters, it was 43-36, still in favor of the visitors. Takeuchi would come in. He would play extensive minutes, especially in the second half. Bonds with a steal and a slam. Suarez saves it. Gets it to Shun. And Shun drills in that 3. Matsuyama again with the handoff. Will get it back. Swing pass will find Suarez for another open shot from long distance. And Parks and company said, let's make our move here in the third. And after being down by 7, this is where they had one of their better quarters. Though Suarez would hit another 3. He was consistent from downtown. Puts up another one. Will hit back-to-back threes. That would extend their lead back into double digits. But then Bonds and company started chipping away. Matsuyama with the attack will misfire. But we'll find LJ who knocks this one down. A lot of offensive rebounds from both these squads. That kept their offense going. Suzuki left open for this one. And he will beat the buzzer. And that would send the game into a 3-point affair heading into the final quarter. And then here is when Parks took over. Matsuyama. Another shot inside. Couple of moves, and Ichiba contributes to his team offensively. And here's when Park started to go to work. That shot though will come up short, but at the right place at the right time was Matt Bonds. Then Bonds says, let's go to the hot hand. It was Ray Parks. Bonds took care of business here once again. Locking up Suarez. Deep 3 will drop. That gave him 22 points at that particular stage. Look at that pinpoint lead pass. Herun with a slam. Another 3? Why not? Takeuchi will kick it out. What a perfect pass here. That's the assist, and here to give his squad the lead. Parks would tie it up at 77 apiece. He would have to be replaced for the time being. Makoto checks in for him and makes the go-ahead free throw. Herun still there with another miss. That would have given them a 4-point lead. But a block here from Hayato Maki sealed the deal for Osaka EVESSA. Parks, the player of the game, says thank you very much as his squad wins this one 80-77, and they snap a 2-game skid. They will improve to 500 at 18-18 as we take a look at the numbers. Osaka shooting 52% as compared to 44% for the Alphas from 2. So they didn't shoot much better from 3. So they went deep inside, and at the same time they also took more free throws. They took 32 free throws as compared to just 13 for the Alphas, making 22 of 32. They had 10 misses, but despite that, despite just shooting 68% from the 15-foot line, because they took good care of the basketball, they did give their opponents too many easy baskets. They would go on to win this one by 3. A lot of the numbers really very close, which is expected. Looking at the rebounding numbers, 28 rebounds here for Osaka, 25 for Koshigaya. And in terms of assists, Osaka with 27, 24 for the Alphas. So both teams actually sharing that basketball quite well. Now we'll look at some individual numbers. Scoring leaders. Talk about equal distribution. 15 points apiece for Parks, Bonds, and Luther. On the other side, 3 players also in double digits, but 22 markers here for LJ Peak, 14 for Tim Suarez, and 11 for Ichiba. In terms of rebounds, Herun, the only player in doubles digits in terms of rebounding with the 11, but he was helped by Bonds with 7, and Luther would have 6. In the losing effort, LJ Peak would have 8, 7 there for Kyle Richardson, and 6 for Sasakura. Actually, Richardson was not a factor in the final 3 minutes of action, which was quite surprising. Osaka picks up the win here as they win 80-77. Koshigaya will drop to 11 victories against 24 setbacks. That's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Saturday afternoon. Till tomorrow, take care. Have a good Saturday night ahead. God bless.